Hello students, welcome to Computer Science online classes. I am Rajeshwari Reddy, handling Computer Science subject for grade 5th students. So, in our Computer Science subject, we are having the first chapter number, that is Data Storage Media. So, name itself indicates that we are going to store the data in our computer memory. So what are the different types of devices that we are going to store in our computer memory? So before going to start the subjects, we are going with the what we are going to learn in our lesson. First, that is the learning objectives. First, understanding how a computer stores the informations, that what type of information that is the computer is being stored, then distinguish between the primary and secondary memory, that is different types of and different between the primary and secondary memory. Describe commonly used storage devices. So what are the different types of storage devices that we are using in our memory? Next, first we go to the introduction part. Computer are an electronic machine. We know all that computer is an electronic machine. It means that computer use electricity to store and process the data. We know that with the help of the electricity only, the computer is going to store any type of information and process the data in it. Next, going to the input devices. I know children, you know all the input devices, output devices. So once again we recall it. That is, input devices are used to enter the data into a computer memory. So we are the users that we are going to give the input data to the computer memory. After giving the input, it will process it, and after that it will use the output device. For example, there are so many input devices are there. You know that mouse, keyboard, joystick, light pen, touchpad, microphone, scanner, trackball, digital camera. These are some of the input devices. Next, processing. Processing devices process the input according to the instruction provided. So we know that processor, after giving the input, it will process in our CPU and it gives the result. For example, 4 plus 4 you can take. We give the input 4 plus 4. It will convert it and it will give the output result, that 4 plus 4 equals to 8. That is, any type of any equations like that, addition, subtraction, multiplication, logical operation like less than, greater than, everything will be converted and it will give the output result. That all will come in the arithmetical and logical unit. Then output result. Then output devices displays the result, that whatever the input we have given, it will process it and it gives the output result. Like it will give, there are different types of the output devices are there, like monitor, printer, speaker, headphone, projector and plotter. Next, information stored in computer memory. So what type of information that we are going to store in our computer memory? Any data input into the computer is converted into a series of zeros and 1. So any data that we are given to the computer system, it is converted in the form of zeros and 1. So it does not know any type of languages, children. It knows only one type of language, that is in the binary language. It knows only in the binary form, that is 0 and 1. It is expressed in the binary form, that is 0 means off state and 1 means on state. Next, a bit or a single binary digit which can be either 0 or 1. It is the smallest unit of a data in a computer. That is, bits are usually grouped together into a collection of 8. This collection of 8 bits is called a byte. So it is a byte is a single binary digit. So byte all grouped together into a collection of 8 bits. For example, you can take the computer. So the word COMPUTER, it is a bits, that is collection of 8 is called a byte. So 8 bits is called a byte. So 1 byte we are calling as a 8 bits. Next we will move on to the common units used to measure quantity of data. So what type of the units we are used to measure the data? First one is 1 kilobyte, that is in the shortcut form KB, equals to 10 raised to 10 bytes, that is equals to 1024 bytes. Then 1 megabyte MB equals to 10 raised to 20 bytes, that is 1024 kilobyte. Then 1 gigabyte, that is shortcut GB, equals to 2 raised to 30 bytes, equals to 1024 megabytes. 1 terabyte TB equals to 2 raised to 40 bytes, that's equals to 1024 gigabyte. Then 1 petabyte equals to shortcut PB equals to 2 raised to 50 bytes, that is equals to 1024 terabyte. So this is the quantity that we are measuring the data. So next, types of computer memory. Memory is the part of the computer that holds the data and instructions for processing. So first is the type of memory. In computer memory, again it is divided into two types, that is primary memory, then secondary memory. Then again in primary memory, again we are going to divide into two types, that is RAM, that is random access memory, then ROM, that is read-only memory. Then secondary memory, again we are going to divide into four types, that is hard disk, CD or DVD drive, then pen drive, then Blu-ray disc. Again we are going in the description that we are going to describe again what is primary memory, secondary memory and its types. Next, first we'll go for the primary memory. So primary memory or an internal memory, we can say that it is an internal memory also called a main memory. It is an inbuilt memory which can store the data and instruction that is computer is currently working. So whatever we are working on the system, that is temporarily stored in our primary memory, that is random access memory. First is random access memory. We know that a RAM can store a data or instruction only if the computer is on. So when the computer is on, at that time only we can store the information. When we save the file, then it will go to the secondary memory, that is it can be directly accessed by the CPU. It is also called as a volatile memory or a temporary memory. RAM is the read and write memory. Suppose we are entering the data in our computer memory, if there is some certain issue that the power is removed, then the data will be lost. So it is called a RAM, that is random access memory. Next we are going to next, that is read only memory. First, read only memory. A ROM is a memory for which information can only be read, not written on it. So only we can read it, we can't write it. So ROM is a non-volatile memory or a permanent memory. So the data and instructions stored in a ROM are not erased and are stored even after the computer is switched off. So when we are going to switch off the computer, then the data will be not removed from the ROM. It is used to store the it is used to store the system software such as operating system. There are various type of writable and editable ROMs are available. So it is used to store the softwares, like there are different types of softwares like Windows XP and Windows 2007 and Windows 2010 and so many are there. So that is the software that are used to store in a ROM. There are various type of writable and editable ROMs are there. For example, PROM, programmable read-only memory. Then EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. So these are the rewritable memories. Double P ROM, that is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Next we go to the secondary memory. That is this all about the primary memory. Then we'll shift to the secondary memory. First, secondary memory or auxiliary memory units are used to store the large amount of data permanently. They can retain the information stored on them even after the computer is switched off. That we are going to store the data in our computer memory or any different types of devices. That what are the commonly used different types of devices we are come to know. First one is the hard disk. A hard disk is the most commonly used form of secondary memory. A hard disk acts as a storehouse of information. So we know that whatever the information that we save the files that is in our CPU, that is in the hard disk. Next, CD. It is a one type of, again, the storage devices. Children, you know that, all you have seen the CD. That is, a CD is a ROM, that is compact disc read only memory, or simply a CD. It is a shortcut CD. It is a full form is compact disc. It is one type of a read only memory. It is an optical storage media which can be used to store the data. A CD can store up to 700 MB of data. There are two types of CDs. Again, we are getting in that two types of CDs. Only one is recordable and another one is rewritable. So once the CD is before we are having the recordable, that only once we have stored any file in that CD, then it cannot be used again. After that we came that rewritable CD. So CD rewritable, again we can add a new file to the existing file one. Okay, first we come to know compact disc, that is recordable. It refers to the CD from which we can just read the data. The data written on this CD cannot be erased off. Then CD rewritable, so that is compact disc rewritable. It refers to a CD from which we can read and modify the data, that we can add a new file to the existing file one. We can also add new data to the existing data. It also refers to as erasable CD. Next, we'll go to the DVD. After CD, we came to the DVD. So you know DVD, children's? Yes, it can store a more information. Storage capacity is more than that CD. So DVD's full form is digital versatile disc. It is also an optical storage media like the CD, which can be used to store the data. DVD is much larger. See here, DVD is much larger capacity than the CD. So this is the information. It is the important. So what is the difference between the CD and DVD? It store capacity is more than CD. It store up to 4.7 GB of data. Next, same as the CD and DVD, one more we having, that is Blu-ray disc. So it is also rewritable CD only. Just a Blu-ray disc is a optical secondary storage media, has a much storage capacity than a CD or a DVD. It can accumulate up to a 25, that is gigabyte. GB means what? Gigabyte data. So its storage capacity is more than the CD and DVD. So it is called a Blu-ray disc. Next, we are moving on to the pen drive. Then nowadays, what we are using the pen drive, children's. Now, most commonly we are using it. You know, I think everybody is having the pen drive in your home. Okay, a pen drive is another secondary storage device. It is a small and can be carried easily, so you can keep it in your pocket when you store your files, and you can move anywhere. But to hold a CD, you should hold the CD properly. If there are any scratches in that CD, it cannot be played, or it cannot work properly. Okay, so pen drive comes in a various storage capacity, that is 4 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte, 64 gigabyte, up to the 2 terabyte. A pen drive is connected to the computer using any of the USB port in the cabinet. So whatever the files you have stored in your computer memory, you can copy in your pen drive by by connecting it to the USB port. Next, so this is the this is the shortcut, that whatever the process that is carrying in our computer memory. So first is the input device. You know that mouse and keyboard that we are giving the input to the computer. Then next, processing. So whatever the data is given to the computer is converted in the system. Then it can be stored. You can store in that file in your primary memory, or if you want to copy, or you can store in your secondary memory. Then again, you can save that file, or you can copy that file in your pen drive, CD, anywhere. Then again, it gives the output result. So whatever the file you have stored, it gives the output results. So that is the output devices like monitor, speaker, etc. I think you have learned the QBasic and all, and totals and logo, that what the commands we are giving, then it will accept the commands and will process, and it will shows the result. Next we know the different types. So what are the different types or difference between the primary and secondary memory? Just we want to know the difference. Okay, first, I think you came to know the primary and secondary memory difference. So first, primary memory is usually referred as an internal memory. Okay, then secondary memory is usually referred as an auxiliary memory or a external memory. Then second point, the storage capacity of primary memory is limit. Then the secondary storage of secondary memory device is high. Then primary memory is volatile. It gets erased when the computer is shut down. So whatever the data, if you are not saved, means it will be shut down. Sorry, it will be removed. Okay. Then secondary memory is used to store large amount of information permanently. If you saved your file, you can view anytime. Then the CPU can directly access the primary memory. The CPU cannot directly access the secondary memory. This is the difference between the primary and secondary memory, children's. Next. So this is about how we learned all the things, that is difference between what are the different types of storage devices, and how the computer will store in the primary and secondary memory. So children's, I hope you have understood. So in the next class we are going to learn about the second chapter, that is algorithm and flowchart. Okay children's, bye.